Hi guys, welcome to a new video on the Porsche Boxster. In the last video, at the tail end of the last video, I had it ready for going to the body shop, but as you can see, it's due in tomorrow. As you can see, I've got the battery pack hooked up to it, just charging the battery, because I don't know how long it'll be there. I don't want it to run out of battery before I get it back, so just put it there with a full charge, give it its best chance to keep a bit of battery in there, because it's not being used. So yeah, I'm just starting to look into the roof before it goes. I only had the brainwave that. I don't know, is the body shop going to have this in for the entire time, or is it going to be required to go outside? So really, I'd like the roof to be able to go up and down, just so that it's going to be all tight, because one of the things that it snapped was a tension cable, and that keeps the tension on the roof. So I think that being fitted is going to be the best chance of it not leaking. So anyway, that's still the plan. It is going to the body shop tomorrow. I'm just getting it ready, but the bits for the roof actually came home, so I'll fit the parts, try and see if it works. I'll show you what the roof is then doing, and we'll take it from there. But these are the parts that I've actually got home. So yeah, nothing fancy. It's just this is the new roof gearbox for the passenger side. It's got the drive cable attached to it already with the square drive end. It's got the tensioner cable for the roof tension at the back, and then it's got the linkage arm at the front, because mine had this cup was cracked and split. So yeah, I'm just going to get those fitted to the car and see if I can get the roof to actually function properly. At the very least, I'll be able to, it'll have the correct tension that it's supposed to with that new tensioner cable. So I'll fit those parts and update you, and then I'll be ready to go to the body shop. So this is just a very quick cut in here, because I've actually found what the problem is. I thought it was the gearbox, but I've actually found what's causing this. So this here is the actual motor. That's what actually drives the cables. It's located here. I've unscrewed that and taken that off just to make sure what I'm saying is correct. This is the new drive cable here, which I've just set the gearbox in where it's roughly going to go. This is the old, this one here is the old drive cable here that ran down to the old gearbox, and this is the issue here. So you can see that's sheared off completely, that end. This is what the end is supposed to look like, with that square piece in there, and that's what the actual motor drives the cable with. So that's the issue. It was actually a drive cable. I don't know, was the gearbox itself broken or not, but I have two left-hand gearboxes now, so either way, I'll get those changed over and we'll see if that fixes the problem. Yeah, and just so it's clear, that's the square hole where the driver's side cable goes in, and you can see the bit is snapped off in there. So I'll fish that out, refit this motor, and then do what I just said I'm going to do and see if that works. Right, so some time has passed since the last clip, and some progress has been made. I'm not sure if it's showing up in the camera there, but this is now properly closed. This clamshell at the back, the roof itself. Well, I'll just show you. Right, so hopefully you can hear me over the noise of the engine, but I just wanted to show. So for the first time since I've owned this car, the light that was on here is now off, and that basically means that the roof has completed its cycle, whether it's open or closed. So it's open at the moment, and it's quite happy thinking that that's it, locked down in place. So I think that's quite a good achievement. I finally got a convertible that actually lowers and raises the roof itself. So I'm not going to do it just now, but this is going to the body shop. I want to see, I'm going to leave all this carpeting out just now because they're quite bad for leaks and stuff. So I want to see if the roof is actually watertight. I'll be able to see it better if I leave this exposed, I think, although I could feel a wet carpet. But I'm going to leave it like this just now, put it to the body shop in the morning, get it back, and then I'm going to start building this back up, and yeah, I think it'll be on the right track then. In the last clip that you just watched there of me fixing the roof of the Porsche, it went to the body shop as planned. That was over a week and a half ago now, and it was supposed to be returned to me this week, but there's been delays at the body shop, so it's looking like it's going to be into next week before I actually get the car back. So the stuff that I had planned for it, I'm not going to be able to do in this video, unfortunately. So I just thought I'd post a video of me fixing that roof. And there's other parts and the wheels and stuff here that I've actually received for the car. So I haven't received all the bits for it. So I'll just go through some of what I've got here, just in anticipation of getting the Porsche back, and then we can, yeah, then I'll show you what I've got, and then we can go ahead and fit that in the next video then. So I'll just start unboxing some of this just now. Right, so the first thing that I'm going to show you is wheels. So these are the wheels that I've chosen for the car. When I originally purchased these, the idea was to buy them as a temporary set of wheels, because I had my heart set on the 5-spoke 911 wheels. But I'm going to see how these look. I think they'll actually look quite good. They're a set of wheels that are designed for a 911, so they're a fair bit wider than what actually belongs on the Boxster that I've got. But these are brand new wheels. There might be the odd storage mark on them, but they've never been fitted to a car. So I originally bought these with the intention of them being just temporary wheels for the car, just to sort of look a bit better in the meantime while I look for the right set. But the more that they've been sitting about the workshop, the more they're growing on me. So I'm going to see how they look when they're fitted to the car. And they may end up being the permanent solution, so we'll just see. So I've just put some mid-range brand new tires on them, and I'm just going to see how they look. But yeah, they're quite a nice set of wheels. I'm not a fan of the diamond cut. I'm going to see sort of if that grows on me or not. My plan was either get them powder coated silver, and I was toying with bronze or something, but yeah, I'm just going to leave them as they are just now and see how they look. You'll notice that this one's got a different centre, so I'm toying with whether to go silver centres or black surround on the centres. So I have a full set of both. So I may yet end up sticking with the black, I'm not sure. So yeah, in these boxes here I've got a couple of other little bits. So I'll just crack that open and just show you what I've got here. First thing that I've got here are some spacers. Now, I know that these wheels aren't going to just bolt on perfectly as they are, because they're for a 911, which has a much bigger offset and they're wider wheels. So I'm assuming that they're going to clash, especially on the rear. So I've got some 25mm spacers for the rear, and I've also got 15mm because I'm not sure how big they're going to be. If I can get away with the 15s, I'll use them, but I have both, so I'm going to have options for how to fit them. And if I need these on the back, the 25mm, maybe I'll put 15s on the front. I don't know, but I've got different options for them. I also bought longer longer wheel bolts as well, the proper Porsche set with a floating sort of washer that's on them. So that'll mean that it's the same amount of threads that I've got actually holding the spacers and the wheels onto the spacers onto the car sort of thing. So yeah, I think that's going to be required. So I think it's quite obvious what I've got here. This is a set of facelift headlights for the Boxster. The orange or amber section is deleted off of these from factory. So they are, I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but they are quite cloudy. They're not bad, I've seen a lot worse, especially for the age of these. But I will be giving these a polish before they actually go on the car. They're both the sort of same, so I think that they'll make it look a lot younger. They haven't arrived yet, but I've also got a set of the rear lights, which I'll show on screen just now. They also have the amber section deleted, and I think that they're going to help keep the car young. So on the pre-facelift headlights, you can actually, on some of them, sand this section back to remove the sort of amber tint, and then polish it up, and then it looks like these. And I was going to do that, but I opted for actually just getting the facelift headlights so that I have the option to put those back in for originality. And same with the rear as well. I wanted to keep the old set so that I could put them back in if I wished. So I've got lights for the front and rear of the car. I've got the wheels. I've got this other strut tower as well, which I'm going to fit to the car when it comes back. I fitted the other one on just for the purpose of having it mobile and having a first test in it, just to make sure it ran okay, which, as you saw in the last video, it did. So I'm going to give it the other suspension strut. I am looking into other bits and pieces, but that's about as far as I've gotten with buying bits for it just now. I've also got a set of made to order floor mats that are supposed to be very good quality, and I've got the green piping sort of to match the exterior on the inside, and I think they'll look good. They're on their way home too, so it's just little bits and pieces. I've got my eye on a head unit that I'm going to buy for the car as well, and just little upgrades and tweaks here and there, but this is what I have at the moment. So I'm just going to wait for the body shop to give me a shout and tell me that the car is ready to pick up. I'm going to take it home. I'm going to fit the wheels, the lights, everything, just to get it looking sort of OEM plus with the aftermarket wheels. And then once everything's on, then I can go ahead and start looking at sort of modifications. I'm going to get it a service kit, and I'm going to do the RMS and IMS bearing. Yeah, I also thought I'd show you this here. I'm doing some work to this at the moment. So like, this is the truck that I actually go down and pick my builds up with. So I collect them myself with my car transporter trailer. And this was a Cat S write-off as well. And it was completely smashed here in the front. That driver's front there was completely caved in. All airbags were blown. It was a mess when I got it, so I had to do a lot of drilling and welding new structure in that. So I thought if it would be of interest to anybody, I thought I could talk through and show where this was and where it's come from. At the time of buying this, I actually had one of a similar age, and I just fancied a challenge, so I saw this in the auction, bought this, took it up with my old one and sold it that was straight, and then went to fixing this, and I've had this, I've put about 8,000 miles on this. I bought it with about 44,000 miles on it. So yeah, this had a lot of issues, wiring damage, front end impact structure, it had all the airbags blown. There was a few issues with this, and it works now, so I thought if it would interest anybody I could show that. I've also got these cars over here. They're two very old classic cars. I say very old, but that one is a 1979 car and this one is 1987, and they're both immaculate. So I thought if it would interest anybody as well, I thought if things are delayed with the Porsche further, I thought I might just give a sort of a look round what I have, what I do around my workshop and stuff like that, just to sort of show everybody what I'm about before I actually go ahead and get my projects in. I'd also hoped, before this video was released, I also hoped to have a new project in. That was my intention, but the project that I had lined up fell through. So I've got 3 or 4 potentials that I'm looking at this week. So hopefully they pan out, and if they do, you'll see a couple new builds on the channel. I'm gonna do that sort of walk around what I have collection. I'll show you my daily. These wheels are off my daily car. I'm sure this bronze set here, I'm sure eagle-eyed viewers might be able to spot straight away what they're off of. So just a hint on these before I take the covers off of them and give them a going over before the summer and shows and stuff. Between them, they have 5.8 litres and 12 cylinders. So maybe, I mean, judging by the shape, I think that one over there is pretty obvious. Maybe that one too. So yeah, I'll let you have a guess at what they are. You can let me know and I'll reveal them in a future video, give a walk around and a start up and everything. So yeah, that's all it's going to be for today. Apologies that there's no car, it couldn't be helped, but I'm hopeful that I'll get it back this week. I just wanted to put something out just to show, because I want to try and get a video out every week, just to make a bit of progress. I've also got a new tripod, I've got new microphones, so my garage door shouldn't be rattling as much in the actual videos, and the wind noise won't be as bad in sort of drive-bys and stuff. So if the 3 potential projects that I have lined up, if any of them pan out, or all of them pan out, I'm hoping to have a steady stream of projects coming in and out. I just started the Porsche before I had a lot going on, so unfortunately, because it's still in the body shop, I have to wait till it comes back before I can actually have anything to film. But if I've got 2 or 3 when one's in the body shop, then I can be filming the other one and progressing with it. So that's my intention, but unfortunately it just didn't pan out that way this week. So yeah, hopefully if you can be patient, and when that happens I'll have a steady stream of stuff coming through, and my aim is to have a video out every single week. So well, at least one video. So yeah, if you're able to, and you want to see what all comes on the channel and how the Porsche ends up looking, if you're able to give my channel a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. And yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers. See you in the next one.